Hello again. My name is Enoch Weber. I thought to do the part three of this because it's very important. Talking about career progress, success in the workplace, growth, dreams, and all. One of the things we also need to do, which many of us do not pay attention to, is our finances. You need to have a figure, an idea of how much you want to earn mm, in the workplace. Some companies, after 2 years, 3 years, for a new staff, they would put a little something on it. But there are other ways to earn in a company. If you're working in a place where you can get commissions, don't sleep. Hey, don't sleep. See, you can make commission that is worth more than your monthly salary in a day. I'm not even playing. You can make commission worth more than a, a 2 month salary in a day. You can make commission worth more than 6 months salary in a day. If you work in an organization where you have access to commission, to earn through commissions, don't sleep. If you're sleeping, you're not ready for the game of success. No, because you cannot quantify how much you can make, but understand what it is. Understand the figures first, so you're not disappointed, so that you don't go and say, oh, I thought I was going to get X. Understand. I said it in the previous episode, you have to understand the system you work in, how it works. Then you can work it. So let's say your salary is 100,000 naira or 200,000 naira, right? So it's fixed for some time. Fantastic. But you want to earn 400,000. What do? You work to get commissions of 200,000 every month. Set that as a standard. This is my target. Work towards it. You may not get the 200 in the first 6 months, but you're getting closer. And the beauty thing about commissions is that when you get the first one, just like if you're in any sales, anything, you're selling anything, you see the first deposits, the third deposits, and it's increasing in value. You want to do more. And the fact that one person bought is an indication that more people will buy or buy in to whatever it is. So while the company on your pay slip is X amount, your own private account should have more. That's the balance, the difference, what you expect to get. So you just don't sit and say, oh, I'm earning this, then this is the end of the world. No, there's always a way to earn more in most workplaces. You need to find it. Legitimately. Don't say, no, said, you went to go and put your hand in bad thing. I'm not among of around. Please, make sure that whatever you're doing is legit. Okay? And so this is the financial part of the career path. Because on that path, there's a lot of learning required. Nobody tells us these things. Or when you get to school, you get your first degree, you get a job, then what? Then learning begins. Charlie, learning begins. So you get your first degree, get a job, okay. And maybe your work requires you to do further study. It doesn't have to be an MSc, darling. It doesn't have to be an MBA. You must understand the path that you're on. That's why give it some time. For some people, they just want to do it because maybe age, because their personal life plan, whatever it is, make sure you know what you're doing though. But I would like you to work for at least 3 years. Save up that money that you want to use to further the education. Many of us, we abuse these things because someone else is paying. If you had to pay for your master's degree or your PhD, you approach it a totally different way. If you had to pay from your salary, from your earnings, that certification, you approach it a different way. So some people get into the workspace and they're waiting on their bosses. They're waiting on recommendation for training. If they don't get it, they don't go. They're not picked, they get angry. But let me tell you, when it's year end for some companies and they say, or year beginning, and they say, if you've got a new certification, turn in your document, what would you turn in? A frown, a scowl, bickering? Who lose? Because the person who turned something in has turned something in. We've got to plan this life, oh. It's not just family planning. We've got to plan. The family starts with our personal career path. So You earn this, you want to do a master's, how much is it? Whatever it is, just add 100,000 for maybe if you're doing it next year, add 100,000 or 200,000. Then start to save. You know how much you earn. Do you have a budget? Do you work with a budget? Oh, my family problems. See, family problems were here before you were born. They will be here after you're gone. You've got to decide how, because if you do not grow, how can you carry these people that you keep talking about? Because their needs are going to increase the older they get. Mm, yes. So don't think that you've got it covered. You don't have it covered. You will never get it covered. Yes. So what you need to do is to focus on growing yourself, putting manure in the soil consistently. The more you do that, the more likely to have a great harvest, a bountiful harvest. So you earn X amount, you get X amount in commission. What next? Where do you put that extra money? What are you investing your money in? You've got to learn about the things and the places you can put your money. Stocks are there, real estate is there, businesses. Nobody really talks about businesses, of course, because of depends on where you are and how the government policies go on or not, But businesses are a great way because you're solving problems. I'll do another episode sometime in the future about the richest men in the world. What businesses are they into? We'll break it down just a little bit. So businesses, solving problems for other people, right? You can also be a middleman. Pastor Sam Adhemi gave an example some time ago about some guy that they asked, can you fly a plane? Mm-hmm. Give them a bill, contracted a pilot to fly the plane. Was the plane not flown? It flew. And away it flew. Did he fly the plane by himself? No. But he got the money. He paid the pilot what he wanted to pay the pilot. You could be that person, a contractor. Mm-hmm. You get the contract. You get the guys to get it done perfectly according to plan, maybe slightly better. Keep your money. Everyone's get paid. Everyone's happy. You move on to the next one. Oh, can you wire a house? Yes. You get the wiring master. That's why we need to create and form quality relationships with people that are worthy, people that are honest, people that are hardworking. So when you get those kinds of gigs, so somehow you always, in fact, you need to have see your phone. It's not just phone calls. You need to have a directory of valuable people in all facets of life. Valuable people, and you build them. So it's not like you have, so even if you don't know the person directly, right? Let's say you've built seven valuable people. I bet you one or two of them will know other value. So it's a chain reaction. That's how it flows. I don't know how to wire a house, but if you ask me for wiring today, I know someone. I don't know how to do POP. So you're just a contractor. You get the gigs, you get the guys to do an excellent job, collect your money, you pay them well, everyone is happy. On to the next one. And if you do a good job, there will always be referrals. People are running around for referrals. No, do the good job. The one in your hand, do it excellently. So this is a part of what you can do. You can also be a money lender. It's tricky, but if you understand the game, there's a way to do it. Then there's something I heard someone talking about flipping. So they buy cars, for example. I mean, I used to do that and someone thought to steal my money. Because of course the process was not, that's the thing about systems. I did not set a process that would ensure that I was not stolen from in that way. So you put a process in place, right? You buy cars, you refurbish them, you sell, make 200, 300,000. Might not be a lot of money, but if you're able to do that 4 or 5 cars a month, that's some tidy sum to come in. But are you even thinking? And there's something also you want to think about when you get into the workspace, yeah? The person, that company you're going to work for, would you like to buy it? After you're working in there now, you've seen the systems, the processes and everything. It's a good question to ask yourself, if I had money, would I be willing to buy this company if it were for sale? If it's not, maybe that's not a place you should work. Maybe that's not a place you work for very long. Some places are like the bottom of the ladder. You just use them to climb. You learn, you fine tune, you master, then you pivot. Mm. Financial planning in your career. You need money for your education in the workspace. You need money to learn. You need money to grow. You need money to travel. See, traveling, yeah, is a very important part of learning. Is as important as your MSc, your PhD. Travel. Travel. The first things you want to do, check a country you can go to that is not too expensive. So because you're saving, because there's a plan, not too expensive, accessible, no visa wahala, enter there first. Learn the people and the place. Have an open mind. There are people that have traveled to a place and they came back and started a business and boom. But how would you see it if you were in your little cocoon saying, do you know who I am? So when you have a financial plan for your career, it will help you save, invest, grow. In fact, it was much later I learned that I could have, as a person, told myself, everywhere I work, I'm going to buy a parcel of land. Do you know what that does for me? I can't spend anyhow. Means that aside my basic, so I'm going to live on survival mode basically if I need to, right? But I will not need to because I work to get commissions and all that. All the places I've worked, commissions were always a thing. I didn't use it until much later, because I didn't really know how it worked. Yeah, so these are the things. That's why you need to learn your first 6 months, see what's going on, understand who it is, what it is, why it is, how it is. So imagine if I had that as a plan. So I worked in Abuja, but very brief though. That time I was at the bottom of the ladder, the last step. Then I went to Lokoja. I actually got a parcel in Lokoja, an allocation from the government, but something happened after I left and I lost it and come back, and it was just a lot. I just left it. But I bought later on, right? I bought later on. It was a good deal. I bought later on. Then I went to Lagos. I don't know if Lagos happened to me. I happened to Lagos. Lagos, I was so disconnected with everything else. So I didn't even I couldn't breathe. I could have bought land in Lagos. I'm not even joking. I had the money. I had the capacity to do so. But because it was not in my plan. You see these things. So there are things that are before you, right before you. But because you do not have a plan, you do not think financially about your career. There's no financial outlook. You don't even see it. You miss out on it. And I got to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt was sweet because I went to see the land. I liked it. I went to the properties, the realtor. I got the form. I filled it out. I got back to my apartment. I got my token. I did the transfer. Signed, sealed, delivered. Within 12 hours? 6 hours was done. Why? Because at that time, I had thought the thoughts. So this is 12 plus years into the job. But imagine if I had that planning. So your NYSC, don't be wasting your time. Young person, even on campus, be doing this calculation so that it's easier for you to walk a path that is, productive, that is forward moving, that is well thought out. Then you want to marry, you start to save. There are people who buy plots of land for the babies before they have them. There are people who have investments for the babies before they have them. There are people who are even able to build a house for the children before they have them. And they're not billionaires. Just careful planning. So don't throw money around. They don't, when I get a raise, I'm going to change my car. Sometimes if the car is problematic, yeah, it's something you should do. But if the car is not problematic, it moves you from point A to point B. Why are you putting yourself under pressure? Them say, make them buy them for you now. So you need to have a financial plan for your career as well. Because your money, the amount you earn will determine how much you can purchase, your purchasing power. And purchasing power is not food, it's not drink, it's not a car. It's learning, it's experiences that will make you so fine-tuned, so so thorough, so oh my gosh. Too good to be ignored, too great to be bypassed. That's what purchasing power does. How you spend your time. You get to a point in your career, you will not resign. You could be there for another 20 years, but your position will change, your posture will change, your relationship with the organization will change. Some of you, maybe you resign as a staff, but you become a contractor. So you're there, but you're not there 9 to 5. You're there maybe just 3 times a week, 9 to 3, 3 times a week. That's the deal. And you get paid much more than you were paid the last 12, 20 years you were working. And then there's some sharing formula. Sometimes you're even able to buy shares in the business. God put us here for a reason. If we limit ourselves, we limit our dreams, we limit our thoughts, we limit our exposures, limit our interaction with greatness, then you have not done God well. My name is Enel Beverly. Subscribe, like, comment, and connect. X and IG at Enigma City. Facebook, Enigma City NG. Thank you for watching.